Hello and welcome back to Mikey's Flight Deck, to another live stream, a very exciting live stream, I have to say today, because just the last few seconds we tried still some technical things for this stream. Yeah, and I hope it is working now. You can hear me, and if you can hear and see everything, then I would be very happy to see some information from you in the chat, just right there, that everything is fine, I hope. So today I have here with me the Captain Bob Memorial Hat, and I hope you know what this means. We're doing a live flight again. And not only that we fly to Lelystad, yes, Lelystad is again on my list, because March this year there will be the Flight Simulation Expo again in the Netherlands, and I will be there like many others from the scene here. But we will make a stop today. A stop at a very big airport here in Germany. And yeah, and I have a guest here with me, and let's jump into the plane, and so we can see the guest too. And so I think you can see that. There we have it. It's Steffen. Hello, Steffen.
Hello. Yeah, I give a short introduction from myself. I'm Steffen. I'm team member from Virtual FRA, the freeware Frankfurt Airport project for the Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, and so you have already said what we are doing today. We're making a flight to Frankfurt. Frankfurt, the largest, I think the largest airport in Germany here. And yes, we are currently here in Hanover. We fly over to Frankfurt, and during our flight, we'll have time to talk about your project and the questions I have here to you. And if anyone of the chat has any more questions, then just write it down into the chat. So let's make a short outside view here where we are. I have to improvise here with the micro today. So there we are here at gate 8 today in Hanover. Hanover is 15 minutes away from my home here, and I wanted to start here. So here we have the old tower, and there in the background, there you have the new tower of Hanover, where all the controls are made now. Yeah, and our Boeing 737 is standing here at gate 2, in the terminal 2 at gate 8 in Hanover. So what will we do today? Let's have a look to the Navigraph charts here. We'll make a little bit preparations here in Hanover, and I think then it's time for Steffen to tell you something while I'm making here some CDU inserts, because we want to go out here very fast. We will have time to see some navigation and CDU entries later. Now we want to go out to Frankfurt. We will go here to the east on the 09 right, and we will take this instrument departure down here to the Vera VOR. The Vera, I think it's a navigation point, not a VOR. We'll fly down here south, and then we'll take the Kerax transition here, or the approach to Frankfurt, and we are landing on the 07 right. We have just planned a small here, this rough arriving here, and we will make a shortcut. I think like in the real world, like when a controller will give you a shortcut here, we will make a shortcut over here to the ILS on 07 right and landing there. And when we are there, we will have a look at the scenery. So now let's get serious again. I will jump back into the simulator. And I think while I'm making some CDU inserts, I think Steffen can already tell you something about this project. Maybe you can give him a longer overview of the project, what you are doing, and yes, and I think then we can use the time here while I'm making some inserts. So Steffen, it's up to you now.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I give you a quick short overview over the project Virtual Fra. This project formed about 2.5 years ago was founded by another team member. He is called Integralo, or Daniel, as his real name is. And he started with this project just for fun. He never had I think the intention to go in that deep detail. And as he uploaded it on the FlightSimTO platform, he asked also about contribution and helpers for this project. And then quickly 4 to 5 people formed the main team of Virtual Fra, and then we started to develop this airport bigger and bigger. And with that time, we added the Terminal 1, the Alpha Pier, the Alpha and Z area, and so on. And then we continued with the Lufthansa Technik hangars and so on. And as the project got bigger and bigger, we ran also in some performance issues. And then we had to change our mind and decide clearly what we want to do for the next update. So do we want to add more and more buildings with bad performance, or do we need to improve our performance at the beginning, before we can add more and more details? And and over the past weeks and months, we did a lot of performance optimization for this project, and we rebuilt the Terminal 1 part Bravo completely from the scratch. So we replaced the old building by Daniel by a completely new one, and this process is still going on. So we will show you some future updates from this project. What will coming next? What we will replace? What we will replace in the future? And I think, I don't know how far Michael is.
Yep, I'm here. Yeah, right. Just for you, we had some issues here with the connection here to Discord, so that Steffen can see what I'm doing here. This will be a challenge when we are there at the airport, that we can synchronize each other. Yeah, I'm just programming a little bit in the CDU. Yes, thank you, Steffen, for the overview of this project. And we will go into details shortly when we are on cruise level. So just for you now, guys, I got really rough through this here. Now I have prepared a small route from Hanover to Frankfurt. I have inserted here our waypoints, just a few passengers, 5,000 kilograms of fuel, and now we need the arrival at Frankfurt, the ILS 7 right here, and we take the Carax Kara 5D. There it is. Execute. And I hope that everything will work out fine. So, let's make the cost index of 20 here. 2 tons reserve, 0 fuel weight we can copy in here. I'm flying here the PMDG 737. So here there are some helps from the pilot. So cruise on change to 290, okay. Make it. Transition altitude, we have here 5,000 in Hanover. And the limits, that's everything okay. Takeoff, we will do a 5-degree flaps takeoff, center of gravity, and we can copy in our speed. So the CDU is ready. Ooh, that's very stressful today. Okay.
Can you check the arrival route again? I saw there MPAT 5 Delta instead of Karax.
Yes, I can. The arrival ILS 07 right. Kara. Where is it? I have to choose a runway first, I think. Okay. ILS, where it is. No? Come on. ILS 07 right. And the Kara 5D. Execute. So I think now we have it for
Yeah,
sure.
no, it's correct.
Okay.
I just have to wait for the slightly delay on YouTube.
Okay, as long as we have such a small delay, I think this will work out. Okay, yeah. So then let's jump into the cockpit here and make the last things. Parking brake. Come on here, brakes. Oh. Guys, this will be less stress when we are in the air. I will promise this will be an unforgettable flight. So, parking brake set, batteries, we have it, everything set. We will make one fuel pump on. Here's everything okay. Ground power we have, hydraulics, everything is on. So landing gear is down, I've checked this. Wing lights, so there, wing lights on. Engine bleeds are on, RS are on nav. Yep, they are. Jaw damper are on, so emergency lights, seatbelt, smoking, everything is on. Flaps are up. So, galley switches we have, window heat make on here, and the probe heat is off. So we go to the before start checks. FMC is programmed. We switch our flight director on. It's up. There we are. Auto throttle switch is off at the moment. So heading altitude we will make later. Autopilot is disengaged. So, and we start the APU. This is really fast today. So come on, and starting the APU. And then when the APU started, then we will tell GSX for the pushback. Here, and while we're doing this, not to forget the chat. Let's have a look to the chat. Who is today with us? Color Scream is there. It says happy birthday. Thank you. Yes, 8 years of Mikey's Flightdeck today. That's the reason why I'm doing this flight. I'm making a flight once a year this time here, and I think you will notice this, that there is not much flight practice here. So who is there? Guten Abend. Yes, audio is fine from Peter DR. Andrew Clark is here. Hello. And a happy birthday from Robert Jesnek. And a shop. Not readable. Actually caught up with a live broadcast. And yeah, Andrew Clark, happy birthday. Thanks to all of you who have written in the chat here. So we are entering our cruise altitude for the pressurization and the landing altitude. So there is the APU power. We have APU power now. Everything is fine, and now we can tell GSX that we are ready for pushback. Prepare for pushback and departure. Yeah. The guys take their time. I think they are paid hourly. Yeah, and during this pushback, we can come back to Stefan. Yeah, you have given us introduction to into this project here. The first thing I would want to know is, yeah, making a scenery is something that I think the normal flight simulation guy can't really imagine. Is it really hard to come into this topic?
It was in the days of Flight Simulator X and P3D, I think. But today, I think there is not much what it lays in your way to start with scenery design. We have great free tools for 3D modeling and texturing. So basically, you can use every normal editing program what you use for your pictures at home, like Photoshop, GIMP, or CorelDRAW, or whatever you like to use. And for the 3D design itself, you can use Google SketchUp, for example, or Blender, as we do.
Okay. So, yeah, just should I already? Oh yeah.
So, and to myself a little bit, as you prepare the aircraft for the pushback, I started scenery design back in 2012 with Gmax. Maybe some of you heard about it. It was the previous version from 3ds Max, how I like to say, and yeah, it was not much there was not much documentation out there. There was a few tutorials how to do scenery design, how to create objects, and it was really hard to learn it, especially when you don't know anybody out of the community.
Okay. Yeah,
but today with Blender you have tons of YouTube tutorials where you can learn yourself 3D modeling, and then you just need to learn how to unwrap and texture something, and then you can bring it easily with the great SDK into the flight simulator.
Yeah, I think the also for me, YouTube and so on is the most the first point where you can have resources, no? When you want to learn something, no? Especially like a large program like Blender and so on. I'm really have a 3D modeling background a little bit, and I can imagine for an amateur, I would say this, who wasn't in this 3D modeling, how overwhelming this must be, the way of thinking, no?
Yeah, especially you have to think three-dimensional, so it's not just a flat object, it has depth, it has height, there are different kind of basic objects like cubes, like triangles, rectangles, and so on that you have to bring together. Or when you see a house or object, you need to break it down to these basic objects.
Okay, so auto. Now we are about to start the engines here. This is always a trouble for me. So what have I done wrong? Packs are off. Oh, checklist here. Come on.
Starter valve is open.
So
Engine
isolation valve is open. On that heavy pressure now.
The packs are on high, as I see it right.
Yeah, I'm looking to this. Whoop. Packs. Oh yes, that's a problem. Yeah, I've made them the switch down. Come on, off. Ah, and there we get pressure. Ah, now it's coming. I set the parking brake, multitasking. So
and 2 accelerating.
Yeah. So there it is. It's coming. Together we will bring this thing into the air, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So ignition fuel follow.
So, and will the switch go off? And here, all the fuel is on.
No, the bleed is breaking down again. There's no bleed pressure. We have 10 psi.
We have it. Everything, I think, fine. And 2 accelerating here for engine number 2. 20%. Okay. So now we're just waiting for the switch to go off, and then before charge, or before pushback. This was a checklist I have forgotten. So strobe and steady, anti-collision lights on. We will on. Taxi lights on. So just a few seconds. Repeat on. There the switch is off, and switching over to the generators. Bleeds on. Hex auto. Circuit fans auto. APU bleed off. And we're turning the APU off. And we're telling GSX that we have a good engine start. So it can go away. So I have turned off the simulator sound until now. When we are rolling, then I will switch this on again. So after start checklist, APU bleed off, APU is needed, it is off. Master caution, recall, engine, wing, anti-ice as required. We have it off. Pack switches, auto, isolation, we have auto, taxi clearance. I think we have it. So, yeah, we are ready when the pushback truck is going away. So with the auto throttle, we will arm and make the runway heading. So you can see that the tow truck is disconnected. Everything is clear, that's good. So I have dialed in the heading, and I'm giving the altitude already in here. We can go as high as we want. So 29. Okay, there the guy is, and we are ready for taxiing. Let's go to Frankfurt. So flaps 5, 1, 2, 5. Oops. And now do we have it? No, how can we go over here to the
Let's extend it.
flaps are extended. I want to go back to my normal cockpit position. And there I am. So, okay, parking brake released. Nah, come on. Nah, again. Hello. There it is. Finally. And rolling. To Frankfurt, finally.
The chat requests flight controls check.
Flight controls check. Oh, yes. I hope they will work. Flight controls check. Okay, that's good that you have the chat in view. Guys, please, yeah. We will jump over the flight control check today.
Just move your stick full up, down, left, right, and then I think that's okay.
The stick. I can even control the plane, so I think this should be more than enough. So taxi, runway checked, okay, and then before takeoff checklist that we will read when we make a short stop. So there we have to roll. Here. Not rolling to the wrong direction. This would be the next thing that can go wrong.
And reject takeoff brake setting for the auto brake selector needs to be done.
Yes, thank you. There it is. We should do more flights together.
I can teach you a little bit. I mean, it's the wrong aircraft, but basically they're all the same.
Yeah, we will. Right after the start, we will come to your professional background if you want to tell us something about this.
Yeah, of course.
You guys see, Steffen is knowing what he's talking about.
But I'm not a pilot. Yeah. That I can tell you.
So up there comes the last corner, and then we are on the 09, right? Let's make on here the simulator sound for you. So now we have also MSFS audio. We'll make it a little bit more down. Okay. And not so fast here around the corner. So you should have a simulator sound now. Also here on YouTube. We want to hear a good engine roaring during the start. So we'll make a short stop on the runway. And we will say we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 transponder here. Make it active. And VNAV and why is VNAV not going on? Have you forgotten something? It's a problem. Okay, that is not good. VNAV is not going on. LNAV is going on. VNAV is not going on. What's the problem? Forgotten something? Right, departure is there of our transition altitude. Now we have enough. Maybe an execution was missing in the CDU. Okay, everything is ready. We're following the flight director after takeoff. Let's go on and switching to flight controls. The Stefan was too big here in this window. Now we have everything. I hope you can, yeah, hear us. And now it's going on. 40% N1. And Toga. Thrust is set. Stefan, if I see your audio isn't here in this setup here, I will have to correct this during flight. So rotate. So just for you guys to see the control. This is a setup what I'm using. Gear up. So, and just following the flight director. Gears coming up. Flaps 2. Flaps 1. And flaps up. So, and I think now we switch over to the autopilot and the other view here, making the flight simulation sound a little bit lower. Yes, so I think like this. I think we'll turn it off here. That's better, so I can concentrate. Oh, I have it or so. After, yeah, okay. This will work, I think. So make it a little bit down here. Okay, Stefan, finally. So now we have our flight to Frankfurt in front of us, and we can finally talk a little bit. Not so stressful now. Yeah, I've said your profession. What was it that you are making a scenery of Frankfurt? Is this your most favorite airport, or do you have any connections to this airport?
Yeah, I have a little bit of connection to the airport, as I'm into aviation nearly all my life. It was always, as a child, a highlight to be at the Frankfurt airport. And later on, when I finished with school, I started an apprenticeship as an aircraft mechanic, but this was not at the Frankfurt airport. So I made a little tour through Western Germany to a different Frankfurt airport, and then finally I've been now for 5 years at Frankfurt Main Airport. So that is the most connection, or that is my connection to the Frankfurt airport.
Yeah. So you are working there every day at the
That's
airport?
correct.
Yeah.
So, I'm a aircraft mechanic on the A320 for a big German airline.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm all the day outside on the apron, and we try to fix the planes between two flights. So I'm a line mechanic, as we say.
Okay. So you know the you know the Boeing as good as the Airbus, I think then, no?
Yeah, I think today both aircrafts are at a certain level in their development, so both aircrafts are reliable and good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, we're going up here. Let's make the last checks here if everything is right. Taxi, yeah, we should we make the landing lights on when we are landing. So everything, I think we can let it be like this for now. Just an outside view for you here shortly. There we are flying to the south of Germany to Frankfurt. And I think this view will let here. Yeah.
The chat says air pressure switch. Maybe you check your cruise altitude.
Yeah, it's standard. It's standard, no? I think this was what they
know the setting in the pack control panel.
It's
air pressure
20,
switch is
yeah,
the barrel.
It's auto and
it's 29. Okay, yeah, this is so small on my screen because I have minimized the YouTube video screen.
Your everything set here.
Okay, perfect.
So I would say, how would you describe your project? Is this an open source project where everyone can be involved and deliver code for this and graphics, or is it more a fan project from a small and tight group?
It's an open source project, so everyone who likes to contribute something to the Frankfurt airport, feel free to check out our Discord server and say hello. You can post your personal photographs from the airport or give us information that you have. You can also do, if you have the knowledge of 3D design, you can contact us as well. So you can do buildings for us or do texturing and so on. So everything, what do you like?
Yeah. So if any one of you out there wants to deliver some content for this and think he can be a good addition to this project, then just go to the Discord server and offer your help, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said, was there any knowledge before in making sceneries? You have said you had a little bit of knowledge before there with older 3D modeling programs, but is this the first and only scenery that you made, or were there any sceneries before?
I did before a smaller airfield where I learned to fly gliders, and that wasn't be done for the P3D in the past days, and so I decided to start this airfield by my own. It took really long next to my school time, so I just worked there in my free time as I had. And then basically with the help of Christian Bahr, may you know him from Barometrics. He did, for example, Essen-Mülheim or the Dortmund, the free Dortmund scenery on Flight Sim.to.
Okay.
He helped me a little bit with the P3D part and the sort of things and so on. And so, in the end, it got. I learned more and more, and then, I joined the Frankfurt team around Virtual Fra, and there I changed to Blender and started to develop my today skills that I have.
Yeah, a small airfield scenery that would be or was the first question that came in my mind when we talked about your project. Wouldn't it be better to start some level smaller than just starting with the biggest airport of Germany with so many
Yeah,
facilities?
of course. It is much easier to go to your local airfield, take there some photos, maybe some measurements, or ask the club if you are allowed to walk over the airfield and get all the references than the biggest airport of Germany.
Yeah, but I think it's comparable to my project. Why building a single seater or just an MCB when you can build the full size cockpit? No, okay,
Yeah.
here, yeah,
It's
just
mine. It's the same like for you
yeah,
as you did your home cockpit. No, you start with one piece and then it grows over time, and that's the same for Frankfurt.
yeah.
So yeah, you pick one building and then you start with it, and then you get more and more in the future.
Yeah, in the future, that's something that's is also a topic for me. Is there a plan when you want to be finished with this project, or is this just building and because it's a hobby project, you don't want to stress yourself with some release dates?
Also there is no finish date yet. Also, it's an open source, so we work in our free time, and yeah, we set some internal release dates for some updates when we think we finished the next part of our personal roadmap. So then we have a deadline, but normally we don't catch them. So we need at least 3 or 4 weeks longer with all the bug fixing before we can publish the update. I
Yeah.
think we never been below 3 weeks
Okay.
of testing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I wanted to show the chat where we are. This seemed not to be possible.
Just
a
click
link.
on the little arrow for the
Where is this?
airplane in
there.
Navigraph charts. Yeah.
It's turned off. Okay. Yeah, there we are. Guys, we have nearly finished our departure route here. We are going to Vera, and from Vera we are going more south here. So let's have a look to the chat here. Wow. Okay, when will your 737 yoke be produced? Okay, this will be questions, guys, about my project. We will discuss everything this from the flight from Frankfurt to Lelystad. But I will remember, and yeah, I also make a link to the Discord to the project here. Yes, when the stream is finished, I will place a link to the project in the description of the video. I thought I had done this already. Okay, but I will do this if it is not there. So, and what is the best?
I can send you the link to our homepage in the chat if you like.
Yeah, in the chat at the moment, no? When someone can't wait to be involved in the project.
Yeah, you can check it out and take a look on it.
Yeah, and a question here: what is the best paywall version of Frankfurt for MSFS 2020 and 24? You think? Yeah, I don't know.
From my personal standpoint, Aerosoft is the best version. Maybe it's not the best performance yet, but I didn't try it the last update. But Aerosoft is the most detailed and scenery for Frankfurt currently. What I don't kind of recommend is the Field Air Frankfurt. It looks okay, but it's kind of horrible. There are a lot of light poles on the apron, so it looks a little bit like a mess.
Okay.
The other freeware project, it's not bad from the guys from Aviotech.
Okay. Yeah, and next, what have we here? Stefan, are you planning to develop again online like you did on your Discord? I missed it.
Yeah, Peter, hi. Sorry, Happy New Year to you that I didn't answer your message yet. yeah, maybe in the future we will back on our Discord server and do some yeah, live development or to come together for the community. Yeah, but personally, I'm still in education, so I need to be a little bit focused on that. So I have a big exam in March on the A320, and thereafter I have more time to come back to development.
Okay, so then you are also streaming while you are developing, no? That's right?
Yeah, sometimes we will meet in the public channels of the Virtual FRA Discord, and then we have their Blender or the Microsoft Flight Simulator streamed live with our project in the background.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were both there at the flight simulation days in the north of Munich. You have seen the video on my channel, and your project was there too. And you were able to show the audience some live development already, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time that we showed our project on stage, and we had the direct community meeting or flight simulator meeting up there. So I did also a little bit of development there. Unfortunately, we had the biggest screen of all. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was the whole back wall was your project. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. So we showed a little bit of development there and a little bit of Blender, a little bit of the Flight Simulator SDK. We answered some question about the SDK or about Blender. Yeah. That was quite nice.
Okay. I don't know if you have said this already, but how many people are currently involved into your project? Can you say this?
That really depends on how the guys have time and can spend their time for the project. Currently, the group is very small. I would say we are 4 active people, mainly 3. Yeah, I'm one of these guys, but that needs to do a break, unfortunately. And yeah, so that is also the reason for our slow progress of this whole project. Okay. So we have all other things to do on family side, on the job side, maybe on school, and so it got a little bit. Everyone finds their way after COVID.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, you have said this, the development, just from an amateur view on your project. I think there must be different your jobs on your project, like modeling, programming, testing, something like this. Can you give us an overview of what kind of jobs or tasks are there in your team?
Yeah, currently I'm the head of Virtual FRA, so I do the project management, a little bit of public things, and try to keep the team together. Basically, we are all 3D design guys, except of Sergey. As well. He's more the development guy for the homepage and the infrastructure behind.
Yeah, and also was involved, for anyone of you out there, Sergey involved in the MobiFlight project, no?
Yeah, of course. He's there also very, very active. And and then we don't have specific tasks or persons for specific tasks, so we do the 3D modeling ourselves and the texturing as well. And then, when it comes all together, I'm the guy who owns the project or owns the simulator project, and then everyone sending me their files, and I bring them into the SDK and into the simulator and check it for myself if I find direct issues, and if I don't find big issues, then we will publish a development build to all our team members, so everyone can check their own files or the buildings from the other guys, because sometimes you won't see your own mistakes.
Yep, yep. I'm also in this, a little, not as deep, but a little bit in a development of software, and testing is always something that can't be done enough, and you are getting blind for your own errors or mistakes in the code or something like this. Yeah. So always good to have another person overview your work.
Yeah. Quality is, we set high standards, I really have to say. So I'm not the guy who say, yeah, that's okay, you can leave it. So I always try to improve the object as much as we can.
Okay. Yeah, guys, and I think you have who are following here the monitors. We are coming near the top of descent, and I will now tell you what we are planning. I'm reducing the altitude already here. Let's say 4,000 feet. We'll check this in Navigraph in a second, and then we continue talking to Steffen, because the descent will take its time. So Frankfurt and our approach here. We are coming from the Kerax here to Jidan VOR, and flying down here, and we have, what do we have, which altitude?
Yeah, there is basically no restriction
okay.
On the base leg.
Okay.
On the downwind leg, so.
You know the environment better than me. Let's have a look here at the ILS chart. We want to, we fly here beside the runway, and then we want to capture here this point DF670, and all this starts at 4,000 feet. So I think I will go down to 4,000 feet and then continue the ILS approach here. This is what we are doing, and on here, and we are already here. You can see this. We're making the approach already. So back to the simulator. Yeah, we're going down. Everything looks normal, and let's adjust the heading just in case something happens. Then we are able to follow the heading at least. 250. So back to the flight simulator and back to Steffen. Here. Is there some structure then that is always done when you are developing a package, or at least are you developing in packages? For example, you are saying today we start with this building, and there are always the same steps that are done, or don't you divide this airport into packages, and you make something here, something there?
Yeah, sometimes we just got a little bit, everyone was doing his own stuff, but we use how to say, a plan, a storyboard. It's called Trello, and there we set our goals for the next update. So basically we say, okay, we want to do now, for example, the overhaul of a terminal part. So everyone who's doing this, or in this area, every person got one object. So we make smaller clusters there to be finished. For example, the terminal one was a one-man thing, because you can't split this job, because the terminal is the terminal. It's one big object, more or less.
Yeah.
You can only split it in bigger parts. But for example, for all the small apron objects or buildings, you can give the team members certain jobs.
Okay. Yeah. You said this building a terminal, no? And how do you get these resources for this terminal? Pictures of the terminal, for example. You are working there on a facility, but can you go on to the airfield with your camera and taking pictures, or is this still difficult to to get good images?
Basically you have the visitors drives, so you can take a visitor tour over the airport. So there you can take a lot of images if you like. I do sometimes some private pictures, but that more or less for my stuff, so I don't spread them.
So you can, but you can
I
go
can,
to
we can as a visitor we can access the airfield via the bus tour, and so
Yeah.
there we can take pictures if you like.
and
Sometimes you can also do pictures from the visitors terrace at the
Yeah.
Terminal 2, for example. So there are options there where we can resources. The other resource that we use is basically Google Earth.
Mhm.
It's quite simple. They have a very good 3D buildings out of their satellite imagery. So we use that a lot. So we get measurements there, we get shapes there, we know how high the building is. So that's quite cool. So with Google Earth 3D, you can do a lot.
Okay. And just short work now here on the CDU. So let's have a look to the Lex page here, and we want this shortcut here. Here you can see the discontinuity in our route. We will now take the DF670 and bring it up here to this point. And now our navigation system knows that we want to make a corner. I think we can see this already. I hope it. Yeah, here. I can make it bigger for you YouTube guys. There we are. Now it's big enough. So you can see we have now inserted here this corner here, and we'll fly a corner to the runway. Okay, let's the landing lights on, and maybe we have to concentrate a little bit again now. Taking the checklist. Climb, we have cruise, yes, and approach checks. Landing lights on, auto brakes as required. I think this runway is so long we nearly don't need any brakes. So decision height, I will let this out. MSFS missed approach altitude. We have here flaps set. Yes, we have to insert our flaps and descent here. Where's the transition altitude on the forecast page? Zip. There. And so we need the landing thing. Where is it? Here in the... There, we make a 30 flaps, a 30 degrees landing. Invert it. So, ready.
And don't forget to set the ILS frequency.
ILS frequency, yep, you're right. So,
110.905.
right, I have it here on a CDU too. There. But you know this better than me, yeah.
Yeah, I have also the charts open. So
That's my...
I'm prepared.
That's my rescue. At least one of us is prepared. So,
No,
905.
On NAV2, that's 113 instead of 110.
Here, one, yeah.
Okay, now it's correct.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, just a small delay. So, and the curse we need The course we need, where is it here? The charts.
It's 066.
Ah, okay. Perfect. Then skip into the charts, so 066.
But as we are still in flight level 160, I think we need to increase our sync rate. Maybe we should use some speed brakes.
Okay, we'll do this. Yeah, drag required. Request after DF. Yeah, the CDU is telling this. Maybe I should have tell the CDU this earlier, that we want to make this shortcut here. If we don't make it with the altitude, then we will fly a little bit more straight and then making the corner later. Here, I'm making a little bit drag now here. And maybe I can...
A little bit of noise reduction for the citizens down there in Wiesbaden and Mainz.
Let's hope for the best here. Yeah, we fly a little bit more straight ahead. Yeah, we will make this manual. We will switch over to the heading mode. Up. 246, yeah, from the heading, and we switch over to heading. I hope this will work. So, yeah, I think we are prepared, at least for the landing. We are making the turn a little bit later. Yeah, and so when we are reaching Frankfurt, we can see finally what you and your team have done in the past. And if anyone of the audience want to see this project, is it already possible to download your project and try it out on the simulator at home?
Yes, it is. We published it first on flightsim.to, so we declared it there as EDDF Frankfurt Fra as a beta, because we're still not finished and objects are missing. And the second method you can find us is on our homepage that I already put into the chat, and I think it's also in the description here.
Yeah, so and yeah, I think it's like I have done it. Just download it, or did you have an installer, or just download it and unpack it to the community folder?
Yeah, from FlightSim.to, we have just a zip file. So just unzip the project and copy it into our into your community ordner. So, and from our homepage, you have the option that you can use an installer that we developed a little bit ourselves. And yeah, then you just have to set the path for the community folder and then just click install it. And then over the time, we got some options that you can choose. So we have also the ability to use the free VDGS system, the docking system from Null Aero. So you can set the installer that you can choose it. The other thing is, if you use GSX, you can use it as well if you like. For the guys who downloaded it from FlightSim.to, yeah, you have the same options, but you have to do it the old-fashioned way. You have to set the BGL on and off by yourself.
Okay. So enough possibilities to try out your project at least.
Yeah, I think we are in a good altitude that we can start the turn to the initial waypoint that we set.
Okay.
I think 8,000 feet. It's
Yeah. Okay. Then we will make yeah. Then let's try
our
to
left turn and
fly
then
directly to the DFF 670. I will switch over to the CDU so that you all can see what I'm doing here. So I'm copying in here. Now come on, the next page. Copying in it here. Oh, we are already there. Okay, then I should just activate VNAV. Maybe this will work. LNAV, and it goes. Now we have to make this manual
no, just
heading.
LNAV. I think it's enough.
LNAV doesn't stay in here.
Okay.
Okay, we will have to.
Maybe you have to set the direct to again.
Yeah.
But just set heading 060 to the left, and then I think it will work.
We make a turn here now. This will work. A bit there. Just bringing it to the direction here. There.
Yeah, and the chat confirms you have to reset the waypoint or the direct to in the DCU, and then it should take it automatically again.
Okay, and you think I know how to reset the waypoint? Okay.
So, and we're at 6,000 feet, so we passed the transition level, and we can change back to QNH.
And to QNH, there we are. And enough is green. We will just going rough to this direction and then try to.
But yeah, the heading is quite good, so maybe we can also already arm
the localizer.
No? Localizer, yeah.
This is I think this will work then, and when it works, we will see this appear in the display. Yeah. At 5,000 feet now, going down. So, and 4,000 feet is the altitude that we will stay on until we have the approach. So we arm the speed brake. Yeah, that's right. Speed brakes are armed. So, and when we, I think we can already set some flaps here. Flaps 1. And here we're slowing down.
Yeah, I think we can go already down to clean speed, to 200 about.
Here, speed is going down here.
180, yeah, that's perfect. Don't forget to arm the ILS.
The ILS need the
approach
approach,
button.
no? The approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Approach, and now we have the second autopilot, and yes, it is capturing everything.
Oh, localizer captured. That's good.
Yeah, finally. And flaps 5. And I think we can then, when we are at these this waypoint, we will lower the gear, or would you do it later?
Yeah, it's quite common to lower the gear at 2,500
Ah, okay.
above ground.
Okay. Yeah, then we have a little bit of time. Okay. Still at 4,000 feet. And oh yeah, the MSFS audio, I make it a little bit louder for you. So yeah, we are still flying straight, not too fast. Huh? Can we make it a little bit faster? Yeah, I don't bring out more
Right.
flaps. At least we are going getting slower then.
Then you have to select the manual speed
Um,
on the MCP.
I can't.
Just press the CD button.
The CD? What is the CD?
Yeah, this small black push button.
CDR, yeah. Nope, this isn't working.
Okay, quite strange. Then I think it's the other, on the other side,
The speed intervention.
What's it? Intervention, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not the 737 guy, so... there it is.
Yeah, there we have it. And yes, there's a speed. And yeah, let's make it a little bit faster. You said 180, no?
Yeah, we're still before the glide slope, so 180 I think is fine.
We're learning deeper techniques. This is the one time in the year we're making a flight here.
I mean, on airfields where it's not that much traffic, you can do your own speed management. But in Frankfurt, you have always speed restrictions from the ADC. In this part, you slow down maybe to 170 knots until 5 miles final. That's quite common.
Okay.
So, glide slope captured.
Yeah, finally, huh? Right here. On the glide slope, going down. So what is the CDU telling us for speeds? 134 knots plus 10, 144. This should be something with flaps 30. So I'm going now to the landing view here, and as you can see, you see nothing. Again, clouds. So flaps 10. We're coming near to the 2,500 feet, where Stefan is recommending a gear.
2,500.
There it is. Gear down. Yeah, Peter is riding. He was here in Frankfurt when he went to Austria, and it's a huge airport. Yeah, I was there too.
And flaps 15.
And flaps 15.
So now you can just start to reduce until your green speed dot.
Nope. Using and flaps 20. Yeah, we are already here now. We have now the runway inside. I think I go to flaps 30, let the autopilot stabilize the flight, and then we will land this manual.
Thank you, Sergey.
Okay, and now autopilot off, auto throttle off. I have control. If it is the best decision to take the control, we will see in a moment. A little bit low on the glide slope. There we are, back on the glide slope.
400.
Check your speed brake.
Yeah, speed brakes are armed.
Okay, no light indication.
Okay. A little bit more.
200.
Thank you. So now let's concentrate on the runway. And
100.
idle.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Touchdown. Reverses on. Yeah, we're decelerating. No, 80 knots. Reverses off. And we're running, now leaving somewhere to the right of the runway.
Yeah, you can use, for example, the next high speed to the left or to the right.
Yeah, there is one to the
You
right.
can choose.
Yeah, then I take the right or the other left. Yeah, the right. Then we don't. Now come on here. Ah. Come on, run.
And the chat already complains about your your landing.
And they are right. They are right. Hey, cat.
Yes, they are right, but
Who has let the cat into my room? So, and we make a short stop here and cleaning up the airplane. Flaps up, speed brakes up, and landing lights off, taxi lights on, and we are starting the APU. Oh, I have to take a look to the chat in a moment. Navigraph charts. Let's show the audience what we are doing now. We have now exited the runway, I think here. We have exited the runway, and now we are taking our way here on the taxiway up to here. And we are going to gate E6 or E5, something like this. So, and we're going. Oh, is this right now? Is he really? Go away. No. So, and to the left. Yeah, and while we are rolling, I know it's a little bit difficult now for us here because of our technical problems. Maybe you can tell something about that, what the audience is seeing right now. Maybe there's something interesting.
Yeah, you're now in the south part of the airport. It's a big construction field currently. On the right side, there would be already the new Terminal 3 that it's opening in, I think, next year, 26 or 27. Some in that area, but on our project it's still missing because it's a huge terminal and there is not much data available currently. Yeah, and then you have these big, double taxiway on the eastern part, where we have the spotter point next to the Autobahn A5 or Zeppelinheim. Maybe you've been there before. And thereafter there are some parking lots for the ground equipment like container carts, buses and so on. And thereafter, you will arrive at the foreground of Terminal 2 and later on via November east to the Terminal 2.
Okay. Here, and one question would be here also to never let it be cat here. When we see here the taxiway, for example, is this all modeled by yourself and your team, or are there components that come as a standard out of the simulator here?
Our ground is still standard out of the SDK, so we just paint all the lines by ourselves and set the taxiway lights by ourselves. And the ground is painted by myself, so that was the one thing that I started with in this in the team back then 2 years ago. So we said we need to do it compatible to the online flyers on VATSIM and IVEO, and then I started to overhaul the complete ground layout with the help of the SDK.
Okay.
And some lines, especially in the gate area, that we created ourselves, so the textures for the lines.
Yeah, so telling you don't need to draw the full airport from sketch. So you can it can be based on something that comes out of the simulator or the Asobo scenery.
Yes, of course you can choose that you want to edit the Asobo airport, and then you can copy the files from Asobo and just start there on one point, or you starting from scratch. But as I started, there was already a ground layout. I think it was from Asobo, and I just adjusted it.
Okay. Sergey is already writing it in the chat. Every building we see here is handmade by you, no? Or the team.
Yeah, by us.
Yeah. For the clearance, when I say you, no, then I mean your team here. So
the Frankfurt Stadium is about, I think, 6 to 8 kilometers from the airport. Kinda. You can go there by the local train.
Yeah. So let's turn in here to E6. This is working. At least this works. Okay, switching to an outside view.
Yeah, we do this later when we are on the gate.
Yeah. I'm using the outside view now for parking here a little bit. Ooh, whoa, the frames go down. Okay, let's stop here, I think. Come on. Woo! Stop.
Let's
Stop. I think we're a little bit deeper in the building than planned. So,
Just reverse backwards.
So, we are now setting the parking brake. I think this will be the best for all. Come on, parking brake. Finally. Taking the power from the APU. And shutting down the engines. And then we can talk about the scenery we're seeing here. Now we're not in the building, at least. So come on here. No.
Yeah, we just killed one jetway and one wingtip. But the guys can't repair it.
So the camera switching doesn't react anymore. Okay, there. And go into the cockpit view, I would like first. It's not working anymore, okay.
Oh, Luftguard, there's an issue.
Okay, we can turn around here. Oh, I think at the performance at the moment it's
Oh, kinda hard.
yeah. Oh, I just want to go back to my and now from here on our drone view. If we can start this. Are we in the drone view? Reset the drone view.
With control and space, you can turn it again.
I think we have really hard performance issues right now. It's not taking the commands here from me. We didn't have this when we were here at the first time. So let's maybe we can do this here with the menu. This is not reacting really well. This isn't don't react.
No, maybe
we
graphic cards is a little bit too busy for that.
So, alright. Reset the position. So there we are, and now we try to control this with the keys.
Here, maybe we go a little bit back
Yeah.
from
Have
the
to
terminal,
be
from the
real-
aircraft. It's completely running, so
Yeah. So maybe we gain control again finally. Okay. So we are here now in front of the terminal 2. Is this right?
That's correct. That's Terminal 2 in
Finally,
Frankfurt.
I remember some buildings now. Okay, then yeah, I think you have also modeled the inside. I will try to show this.
Yeah,
No?
not completely. Maybe you go a little bit more to the Terminal 1 to go
Ah,
away from the aircraft. Maybe
okay,
that helps
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. Maybe this can help. So,
And
okay,
what you see here currently
yeah.
is maybe the first live preview of our brand new Terminal 2. It's rebuilt from ground up. So yeah, everything is new, especially the front part of the waiting area before you board the aircraft is new. It has also a little bit of interior that you can see out of the aircraft. Most of the time, the long-haul aircrafts of the 777, for example, you park there, or the Dreamliner. And yeah, the jetways are still default.
Okay, that would be my next question. What is
Yeah,
catching me? No? These jetways must be really complicated, but do you want to
yeah, we
model
have
them too?
we have already jetways there on the Terminal 1, but we need to adjust the height of the model for the Terminal 2 because they are a lot higher than on the other parts of the airport. So we need to create, I think, 2 or 3 new models for the jetway, and that will take a little bit of time and testing. So this will happen, I think, when the Terminal 2 part is finished.
Okay.
And of course, before the next update, because we want to publish the terminal with the jetways.
Okay. The plane, by the way, to the audience, the planes you see here are other players, no? In the simulator. I haven't switched off them, so you can see the Frankfurt airport is always a place where people are landing and operating.
Yeah, it's quite popular.
Yeah, and I think we wanted to take a look to something here, no? On the field. There are some items where you want to say something about. I think
Yeah,
more interesting for the community or of you.
Yeah,
no?
that's it's not finished. It's still all what you see is still work in progress. And as we do the Terminal 2, I started secretly to model these small new signs and the light poles and electric stations. So as we do the Terminal 2, afterwards you will receive also an update to the apron in front of the Terminal 2. So that all comes together. It looks nicer. This area is the area where Daniel started this big project. So it's basically, I think the signs are his first object, or maybe the old Terminal 1, I don't know. So we will redo them completely.
When I now look at this, as a guy who is not always in Frankfurt, or at least landing in Frankfurt in the MS 2020 for the first time, the size of these signs, which is the right one, the standard one, or your new one?
I think the new one, but I need to check it again because as the airport grows over time, so the sizes of signs and light poles and average sizes from the light pole is always different.
Okay.
So, but I think my one will be the correct one.
Okay. So then let's move on our way down the airport. Yeah, and important thing for all you guys now, what you see here is all modeled by the team, except the hotel, no? You said to me.
Yeah, the hotel and the square building behind the Terminal 1 is made by Asobo, as you used a premium deluxe version of the Frankfurt airport. It's still planned, it will come in the future, but we need time or more manpower.
Yeah, so this is your moment of all of you. If you want to get into this scenery development, then it's your chance.
Yeah, and if you're interested into the 3D design, feel free to contact us. We have also 2 team members who started from scratch in our team, so they had no experience when they started. So we give them some simple objects and buildings, and thereafter, yeah, they grow with their experience. And one of the guys, he is doing now some payware projects beside. So I'm not allowed to tell you what he is doing, but you will see in the future.
Okay. Yeah, we're continuing our way down here, and even
yeah,
here.
Niklas, who is doing now the Terminal 2 from scratch, he started also with some small objects and signs and light poles. Yeah, on the other side of the airfield where we will fly to in a few moments.
Yeah. So here we have also.
So this is our current, work in progress area. Yeah, it's for those guys who know the Frankfurt airport. It's called Lufthansa Basis. So this is the area where the Lufthansa airline has their office facilities, their car park, and so on. And that is currently in our development. It's a little bit landside things, but thereafter we will switch back to the apron. That is the building where I currently working on, or I stopped working on, I have to say. Here it's an office building and the car park. The car park is quite complex, especially for this curved bridge, so I need to learn a little bit of new skills for Blender for this special part, but I think I've done it quite well.
Would there be I think Blender is chosen because it is for free.
It's free.
Huh?
It's free, yeah.
Are there? I personally also know as a 3D modeler, Cinema 4D or 3ds Max. Would you be faster, or could you make it better with a more expensive program, or is it just the maybe your learning curve?
Yeah, I think you can do it with all kind of programs, very detailed, very good. In the end, you need the right file, how to say it in English, the correct, I don't know this word. Maybe you need the right file that you can bring it into the simulator.
Okay,
the 3D.
The end result must be
The end result must
huh?
be the right one. It's for the Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's GITF. It's quite common in the 3D development scene. If you can't export it with your payware program like Cinema 4D or something, you can also convert it into a known file that we can read it into Blender, and then we can bring it into the sim. So
yeah, okay.
But maybe Blender is powerful at the beginning, but when you break it down to the really basic parts, what you need to modeling, like a cube, like a cylinder and something like that, it's not that hard to learn, I think.
Here, and I think YouTube is also giving me some tutorial into my timeline of the algorithm. So Blender is really common, and you can make big things if you have enough practice with this.
Yes, there you see the cargo area that was created, in one of our last updates. And then finally, one of our team members started to do the last building.
By the way, something again for me, this is really cool to look at these facility cars here,
Yeah, the snow clearing equipment is kinda quite heavy in performance. We still need to model them from scratch and to get them a little bit better. But yeah, it looks quite cool. And then we started to close the gap on Victor 270 with the new Fraport ground equipment repair building. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will come also in one of our future updates. So we put it in, you have a idea what we are currently working on.
Yes. Yeah, we go back at the other side of the
You can
airport.
just fly through the new and old general aviation terminal, and then I think
Yeah.
it's time to go back to the aircraft
Yeah.
and fly to Lelystad.
Yeah, finally. So here, this is something I don't want to risk here to change the speed now, or maybe I can risk it.
Just leave it like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
have a little bit time to talk. We are now at runway 18 or Startbahn West, as we say in Germany.
Plane is coming in here. Yeah, you've said the general aviation. No, the parking, no, the holiday parking.
Yeah, that I said in the preview talk, and now I got advertised again on YouTube. Yeah, this is the new general aviation parking lot over there. It was a car park before, and they decided to build a new apron over there. It's on hold. It's not really work in progress. I just want to show you that we have something there, but it's not ready for an update yet. We focus currently on the north side of the airport, and then when we feel ready to say, okay, let's go to the south, and then we will build all the stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, as we see here, the
big Lufthansa Technik hangars where the A380 is in, and the Condor cargo hangar where the 777 and the Condor fleet is maintained in their service, maintained their aircraft. Thereafter is the old Condor hangar that is still in use. And then therefore there is the old general aviation terminal. But as you see, there are rocks and on it, and the markings has changed already.
Yeah, it's something that I really find funny here. It's not that here our animals went through the airfield, but you are showing that this area here is under construction, with these bullets here.
Yes, this part is a big construction site in real life currently. So the airport decided to continue both taxiways Romeo and Serra through the parallel through the end as terminal travel open. So all the cargo positions from Serra 500, Serra 600, and all the small general aviation remote parking stands there, they are now gone, and they are resurfacing this whole area and build the new taxiway.
Yeah, a question in the chat from Boxen I see that can be interesting for the audience too. It's the different colors here of the taxiway, and it's changing the color. Is this something, an integration problem or something like this? Or can you explain where this may come from?
I'm not sure if you mean just the basic color change from the concrete to the asphalt or to the tarmac.
Yeah, here you can see this, no? For example,
there are a lot of concrete fields over there, and the new parts are all made by asphalt. So there's a lot of different surfaces, especially in the south.
Okay, so it's in the reality also like a puzzle here. The taxiway.
It's like a puzzle. You can check it on the Google Earth image, so you can see that there are new parts. Yeah, that there are parts that has new surfaces, and there's a lot of parts where are old surfaces.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
as well as the zigzag. So it's really messy in real life.
crazy. What you think is a bug, it's a feature.
It's really a feature.
So, and here is the, I think for you also under construction in the future, the upcoming terminal.
Yeah, the new terminal that will be open in a few years. Maybe we can deliver a model before it will open, or maybe thereafter. We will see what the future will bring.
Okay. Here, then I try to go back to the airplane and going into the cockpit view. So, and yeah, guys, in the chat here, and especially Steffen, thank you for showing us this airport and making it possible that we can present this interesting project here to the audience. Thank you for taking the time for guiding us through the airport.
I have to say thank you for being part of your stream.
Yeah, it's completely challenging, a new experience for me, especially having guests while I'm flying. I think it's you can see it's difficult enough for me, so this was really challenging. But I hope it turned out well for you all and for you, Stefan, as well.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Okay.
For me. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't judge you about your flying skills because you don't have much experience. So there's a big learning curve now, and with the chat and me beside you, I think you will remember the things better in the past, in the future.
Yeah, let's see if I can do some things better now on the upcoming flight, just right now here from Frankfurt to Lelystad. So I will say goodbye to Steffen and switching the equipment to the normal stream. So thank you again, Steffen.
You're welcome. Thank you too. Bye-bye.
So guys, let's give me a small moment to clean up everything here. So there we are. Woo! Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, for to talk to a developer of a scenery here. I think I don't risk switching the microphone here. I will let this microphone up for the upcoming flight. Yeah, and thank you all guys who were here for the first half of our stream. Let's talk about what I have planned now. We will fly over to Lelystad in the Netherlands, which will be the place where the flight simulation weekend take place. And let me throw out the cat now. Out. So, first time I had my cat in the live stream. Yeah, we fly over to Lelystad. I have planned a small route from Frankfurt to Lelystad, and during our flight we have time to talk about what will be there, what you can discover there, what will be the part that I will show there, and then we can also talking about my cockpit project again. Yeah, so let's prepare everything here. And we start with a CDU. Yeah. Peter, DR, schönen guten Abend and see you on the next stream. Yeah, Peter, it was nice to have you here. So, let's start the index. Position, we are at Frankfurt. at gate. Oh. And our route will be from Frankfurt to Lelystad. EHLE. So there we have it. And our departure from Frankfurt will be, I will show this to you, what I have planned here. At least I hope I can show it. So yeah, we will have to taxi a long way down to down here to the end of the runway and then going out here. Yeah, up here, and I don't know which is the Maru's, the Maru's Maru 5E departure route, you know, to Marun here, and then we fly northwest here over Germany into the Netherlands, and there we will take the Badex. Here is Badex, the Badex transition down to the ILS 05 in Lelystad. Here, this is planned now. So 07 right, and taking the Maru's Maru 5E. So fire. Oh, activate. Oh, oh. No. The route. Have I made a mistake now? No, there, to Maru. So, and DY 152 Z 850 M 170 L 602 and T 603. Yeah, 2 Badex. By the way, I'm using the Avia CDU on my tablet here. This is a cool plugin so that you can simulate the CDU on your phone or tablet. So it's a little bit easier to use it. Execute. And our arrival here, ILS 05 with a Badex transition. So we've entered the route. And cost index again 20, reserves 2, zero fuel wide is everything like before. 5,000 feet is the, I hope you can hear me again. 5,000 feet is the transition altitude. We fly on flight level 320. Execute. Yeah, it's saying I'm using the reserve fuels. We will bring in some fuel before. It's 5 tons. Or 5,000 kilograms. There. Turn. So here's everything. Here. Take off. 5-degree flaps. Center of gravity. We have it, and copy in our speeds. So everything is ready. So let's make a short look up there. Taxi lights on. I think strobe. No, come on, yeah, strobe and steady. Yep. We change our cruise altitude and go down to 0 for the landing altitude. It lies 14 feet below sea level. Yep. So CDU is started. We have power from the APU. Okay, let's don't lose any time and request a pushback. Can't we request a pushback because we it thinks we aren't at the gate? Okay. Gate E6. No. So I hope we are there. Yep. There's everything. So back to the cockpit. Please cut engines. The engines are cut. Maybe we have to be warped to the parking. Yeah, it doesn't work, huh? Just warp me there. Okay. Heck, there we are. So, and now maybe we can now request the pushback. Prepare for pushback and departure. Yeah. So make the MSFS audio a little bit louder. Just write me down in the chat when you don't hear anything. Yeah, they are ready for pushback. That's good. Yeah, then start the pushback. I'm ready when you are. So bypass pin is in. That's good. The performance is getting better now. Yeah. There comes our tow truck. Oh, and I have to change our template here. EDDF to EHLE. Nose left, tail right. Yeah. I'm releasing the parking brakes. Okay. And let's try to start the engines again. X off. Recirc fans off. APU bleed on. Isolation valve is open. Yes, N2 rising. And 20%. And fuel flow on. Having a look up there if the switch is going to off. There it is, off, and starting engine number 2. N2 is rising. And fuel flow. And having a look up there if the switch is going off. Yes, I will set the parking brake. Ah, come on. Yes, I will tell you when the engine has started. Yeah, and it is off. Yeah, let's take the power from the engines. And yes, confirmed, we have power from the engines and shut down the APU. And now we can tell our ramp agent that we have a good engine start. Thank you. My wife finally brought me something to drink. Thank you. Now come on, yeah. Is it also at you that you always have to click twice to the GSX button until the menu comes to confirm good engine start? Ah, Lufgard at Peter, bye here. Peter, yeah. Again. Goodbye. So, I think, no, come on, here, ramp agent, where is our outside view? Oh yeah, they are disconnecting the tow truck. Oops. There we go. Okay, we can start the taxi in a moment. Let's make the last things here on the MCP. Let's have a look to the departure chart. Course 064. This we will set. Yeah, and then we fly up here. 064 as a course. No, come on. doesn't change. Okay. Okay, the cursor isn't moving. Okay. Why doesn't the cursor change? Ah, there. Finally. Okay, and flight director on again. Auto throttle arm. Enough already. And here. Oops. Now what's the problem again here with my bit view? Always I don't know how to go to my final view here. No. Ah, there I am. Finally. Okay, let's go out here. To Lelystad. Yeah, and while we're taxiing down here... Ah yeah, the parking brake. And while we're taxiing down here... Oh, I can tell you already some things about the flight simulation weekend. So it will be in March. Don't let me tell you the wrong date. From the 15th to the 16th of March, there will be the flight simulation weekend in Lelystad. Yeah, and there are really much visitors there. Over 5,000 visitors were there last year. It is in a museum, which is called the Aviodrome, and it's a big museum with many planes in it and things you can try out and have a look at and so on. Yeah, and one of course of the most exciting things is a complete Boeing 747-200 on the outside field in which you can go. You can go under this plane, having a look into the wheel areas. You can go into the plane. Yeah, and many enthusiasts, cockpit builders, hobbyists, and also commercial hardware manufacturers are there and showing their things. You can test out many things. Here. I have to concentrate a little bit here on the texting, not that we are moving to the complete wrong area. But we'll talk a little bit more about the flight simulation weekend in a moment. So yeah, just keeping an eye on the road. I'm a little bit faster here. It's a really long taxiing. Yeah, okay, I'm having a look to the... go away, fire car! Whoosh. I have a look to the taxi chart on my other monitor. Maybe there is a parallel taxiway more to the left there. So, Frankfurt Airport, a big scenery. Yeah, guys, I really can imagine what a huge load of work it is to build such a big facility, and not your nearby airfield. So I think someone told me something near 30 knots is the maximum you should taxi with. Oh, this is a long taxiing. And now you understand why it makes a difference in your fuel calculation. If you are taxiing on a small airport like Hanover, where we have started, or on a big airport here, like Frankfurt, for example. So the end is near. Not the end of the world, but the end of this taxi tour here. There on the left is the runway 07 center. God, cars, can't you see I'm taxiing here? So we have to orientate ourselves more to the left, but we can do it a little bit later. We want to go to runway 07 right. I think here we should finally go to the left. Now a little bit slower now here. Yes, here. Straight ahead. Let's say that we have the clearance from the ground and tower to pass here. And then we have to go to the left here. Really here? Yeah, that's right. And here we are, finally. Runway 07 right. Slow down. Making a short stop on the runway. Prepare everything for takeoff. With the help of the jet, of course. So, there we are. Stop. Flaps 5 is set. Brake RTO. And LNAV is activated. And landing lights on, taxi lights off. Switches to continuous. Everything here is on, APU bleed off. And X to auto. Recirc fence to auto. And the transponder on. Oh, and now we are finally there. Yeah, General Aviation, a free airport tour. That's it. That's it. Okay. We're ready. We're switching to so that you can view the other camera. Let's bring me up there. Whoop. So that you can see also the engine display. Yeah, and we go on. Brakes, 40% N1. Thrust set, toga. I think you don't have the sound. I'm switching here to the other camera. You don't have the sound. Okay, rotate. I have forgotten to make the airport sound, the airplane sound. Gear up. Yeah, there you can see I'm not routined streamer. Damn. We make this better next time. So, following the flight director. And going to the left. The left turn is coming. And flaps 2. Okay. I'm going to the autopilot already because what have we forgotten? To set the right altitude. So 320. So there we are. So I'm going over here, I think. Oh, or down. Maybe down. So, there we are. Yeah, making the flight simulation audio a little bit lower. Standard pressure. Okay, we are up there, making the start switches to off. And off the gear handle. And brakes to off. And flaps up. And yeah, now we're on our way here. A small outside view, and then we are going back to a little bit of talking. Yeah, so climbing to our cruise altitude and hoping that everything works fine. So making the simulation sound, I think it it's good. If it is not good, then just write it down into the chat. Okay, yeah, the flight simulation weekend. I think it is the most important exhibition, at least for me, to show the audience what you're doing, to get new motivation for your project, because this is one of the rare moments when I'm coming in touch in real touch to the audience. It sounds strange. I don't want to touch the whole audience, but it's always nice to say hello, meet us in person and in reality, you know. And I know when I was there the first time at the Visitor, I think 2019, yeah, maybe 1918, something like this. And people came to me and said, I know your channel, I know your videos, what you're doing, and this is kind of cool when you get the the confirmation that this what you are doing is consumed and viewed by real people, and you are inspiring people. You know, at the last exhibition, then it was the second time for me that I have built up my setup on the flight simulation weekend, the FSWeekend, no, it was called these times. And people came to my stand and showed me pictures of their cockpit that they built after my plans that they have bought, and it was really a one-to-one comparison with my panels and so on. So people buying my plans and building my cockpit at home. That's really great. So we're going passing 18,000 feet. I think now we can turn off the landing lights and can let our passengers stand up. And we can also make the wing and logo lights off. Yeah. And keep on the heading. And this is when you have a look at the progress page on your CDU, then you can see the actual heading here in 357 for 1 mile, and then we go to 2 degrees for 18 miles. And I think I will set the heading to 2 degrees already. Heading. There we are. And to 2 degrees. Yeah, and this is something I'm making as a setup. Now I have my tablet here nearby, the progress page opened, and then I can always see what heading I have to set at the MCP, and so you are always prepared if something doesn't work at the autopilot. Then you can change here to the heading select mode, and yeah, you can stay on track. Traffic on ND. Yes, traffic. What is that? CRX, huh? So and press the range knob on the other on the AFIS. Yeah, on the AFIS. Traffic here. Bam, traffic. Traffic. Yeah, the EFIS. Okay. Let's finish the FSWeekend talking, maybe, and then a little bit of talking about my project and upcoming projects. So if you can arrange it, then go to this flight simulation weekend. It is really phenomenal, and it's becoming bigger and bigger every year. Yeah, and so cool projects are there in the DIY area. The planes that you can view and visit there are phenomenal. It's always nice that all the nerds are together in one room and can talk to each other. So maybe for you, this is the only time in the year where you are talking to people about your hobby and they don't laugh at you. No? And you will always find someone you can change out knowledge. There are so many ideas for things that you can build. Not only if you want to build a full-size cockpit, but if you want to buy, maybe if you don't want to build, you can have a look and test things that you can buy. For example, here I'm using the honeycomb yoke and the Bravo throttle, and everything is there to test out. There is a whole area with military simulators. No? So if you are in the DCS world, and then you can find people to talk to, for example. Yeah, so it's a really big happening. People from all over the world are coming there, and yeah, it's always worth with it. Oh, and maybe you have heard this sound. We are reaching our cruise altitude, flight level 320. Turning on left and keeping up the heading 307. There we are. Yeah. Yeah, Heiji, genau, the EFS. This is the next item. I think this will come at the video. I'm still working on one video, which is the final video of my MIP. The MIP is finished now. The monitors are built in, and I have to make the last configuration video where I'm connecting the monitors. There's also not only configuration, there is also some cool features in my MIP with the screws here, how to fix all these panel segments on the MIP. So you can be excited to see with which idea I have come out to fix all these screws here. It was always a problem for me to fixing these panel segments, because I have built them with a nut on the back, and you can imagine when you have built in such an MIP, I wasn't able to grab to the back and hold the nut and fix the screw from the front. And there was a little idea, a cool technique to make this screwable only from the front. So stay tuned for this video, and I promise I will make this finish now after this live stream here. Yes, and then comes the EFS panel. The EFS panel here is still the most viewed video on my channel, and it wasn't even the EFS panel that I will finally use. It was the first panel that I have done and created with my homemade wooden CNC. You will also find 5 videos about this on my channel, about my wooden CNC with which I have made my first panels. Yeah, and I didn't know what I'm what I was doing this time. I just designed the EFS panel, the front segment, and routed it out. It looked good, and yeah, the audience I think found this too good looking, and so this was a really good performing video. But this time, after yeah, my experience with the overhead, with the pedestal, with the MIP, I'm finally have more experience in making panels, and now it is redesigned and will be created new from ground on. And this time it will work. Again, a panel really difficult to create because there are so many components in a small place here, and yeah, so there is not much room behind there, and you have to be very creative, yeah, with the design here. And after this, I will go over to the MCP, designing the MCP. There are really some challenges there. The buttons, I think, will be the most easiest thing, because I will do them at the same way here as I have done the buttons down on the MIP. But this auto throttle switch, for example, I really want to behave this like the real one, that is, it can fall down and switch off automatically. This would be so cool, and this is a feature I think with what not many home built panels have. Yeah, maybe I will come out with a solution for this. Yeah, we are cruising. We keep on cruising here. Let's have a small outside look again. Not too spectacular. You can see here I can make this a little bit bigger for you. Why is it always opening on the other window? Here you can see it. Nope. We are going to Academy, and there we have already our top of descent. We are starting already descending to Lelystad airport. I think we will already tune in 4,000 feet of the altitude. Come on. I can do this also here at the with the honeycomb. Well, let's have a small look to the Navgraph charts. Ah, yeah. This is cool. We are not even half the way to the airport, and we are already starting to descend. Yeah. Okay, here let's have a look here at the landing page here. The ILS flight level 60 here, and we are ending here at 1,700 feet. Okay, keep this in mind. We will dial in 1,700 feet when we are here, and I think the autopilot will know these the height restrictions here. Whoop. Yeah, we are not here at the top of descent. So let's have a look to the progress page. And the heading 328. Yeah, is set, and we will stay on this heading for a short while, and then we will make a small right turn. Yeah. So yeah, nothing new in the chat at the moment. Keep in mind, if you have any questions, then just feel free to type them into the chat and I can answer them then. Yes, okay. Yeah, so you can really fly to the flight simulation weekend with your own plane if you have one. It's the airfield nearby, and we will make a look over the scenery. I have downloaded free scenery from Lelystad, from Flight Sim TO. So, well, the voice is coming bad. Yeah, you can download a free scenery, and then Lelystad Airport is really looking great. And even all the planes out on the outside are modeled there. So we will have a look at the real Boeing then at the end of our flight, so that you can all imagine what is awaiting you. So why aren't we going down? Oh, VNAV is off. I hope I have seen this early enough. Why was VNAV off? Because I have dialed in the lower altitude too early, I think. Or maybe we should take a look at the checklists again. Descent checklists, landing lights on. Seatbelt signs on. Air conditioning and press, everything is set here. Engine wing anti-ice as required. I think it is off now. Transition altitude, local QNH. Yeah, let's have a look. To Navigraph. To the weather at the airport. So, Lelystad information. No, is here the QNH airport weather there. QNH 1021. Okay. We will note this 1021 and dial this in later when we are down. We'll write it down here. So, on the checklist, transition altitude on our CDU. Forecast. Transition altitude is set. And we make 40 degree flaps 40 landing. Okay, and back on the progress page, heading 293. We will dial in. (293). There we are. Press the range knob. Yo. Yeah, the there we can set the 1021. Yeah. Oh, is it small here on my screen? I make it bigger a little bit. One moment, please. Here, there we have it. 1021 and come on. Yeah. Here, there. Nah. There, 1021. We have set it. Set it now. Yeah. Completely right. I wasn't aware that I can set this even if I'm here on standard pressure. So FMC, set arrival approach. We have programmed this already in the FMC. So descent checks complete. I have set our descent speeds a little bit higher, and just to make sure that we reach our vertical pass here. Retard. Okay, and maybe we should. Maybe this will work. Yes, and when we are in the transition, I think we will, yeah, then we will make the approach checklist. Okay. Yeah, one topic I can tell you from my simulator project now. I went into 3D printing more and more over the last year. Yeah, by the way, the last year, no? What has happened the last year? It was fully under the signs of the MIP, and I finished the MIP. It took me way more time than I have planned. No, way more time than planned. Yeah, there were some, not to say problems, but really challenges. No, the gear lure, and for example here this whole panel here was really challenging, especially the 2 needle gauge for the flaps. And I started by using stepper motors, for example. I tried out different stepper motors, and with this came the need to produce gears really fast and easy. And fast producing of gears is possible on the laser, no question. Now, from acrylic I have done them, and it is really fast, especially if you want to produce a lot of them. 29 heading. Okay, if you want to produce a lot of them, then it is really fast with a laser. But when I'm sitting here on my computer and I'm designing gears, then I don't want to go down always into my basement and fire up the laser. No? There is not only the laser, I have to do the exhaust fan, the compressor is needed. I have to export the file down to the laser, fire up the computer that controls the laser. It's a really big workflow until I finally have the finished gear in my hand. Yeah, and so I switched over and tried out 3D printing the gears. I didn't trust them much in the past that my 3D printer can come out with such fine details in the gears. But what can I say? At the end, it came out really nice and absolutely comparable to the gears that I produced with my laser. And now comes the big advantage of this method. When I produced gears with my laser, I had to glue them to shafts that I had. I was using these 4mm acrylic shafts or 7mm aluminum rods, and I had to glue the gears onto these shafts with hot glue or plastic glue or other glues, and there was always a danger that they come loose, especially in my dual rotary encoders for the nav panels. There can be the danger that they can come loose. And now with the 3D printer, I have done this on my gear lure for the first time. I was able to construct the whole shaft and gear assembly in one object and print it out as one object. There were three gears on a shaft, and I have printed the shaft and the gears as one object, and this worked out well, and I could build this into my gear handle. You can see this in the video what I have published. Yeah, and I think this is really a big advantage and a point for the 3D printers. Yeah, I'm using at the moment the Prusa printer, and I have updated it from the Mark IV to the 4S. It's even now it can print a little bit better now, and I've also done the step from the Mark III to the Mark IV. Yeah, I have sold my Mark III. I haven't done the update from the Mark III to the Mark IV because I found I thought for me the price wasn't good enough for the update, I think, and so for some $200 more I could buy the complete new printer as a kit. I have built this as a kit from ground on. Yeah, and this was really so much fun for me building the printer from ground on, that I have decided that this year, beside my project here, I want to build also a Voron printer. So this is also a really challenging project. Now you can buy a kit so that you not have to source all the parts yourself, but buy a kit and build up such a printer. I'm not sure if I want to make a video out of this and show this here, because you are all people that want to see or build flight simulations, and not sure that if you want to see how I'm building a 3D printer. Yeah, and maybe this can be a good hobby project for my own. Then I can concentrate here again more on making videos for you. And then I'm not stressed that I have to reach a step in my construction process or so on. So we are reaching Badex now, and we can the approach checklist is a little bit too early, I think. Okay, though, we will do this. So landing lights on, they are on. Decision heights, we'll let this. MCP missed approach altitude. Speed brakes armed. Yep, now they are armed. Landing gear down, no. This definitely not. Taxi light switches off, no. Not at the moment. Yeah. Going more down here. But we are lowering the altitude to 1,700, which is the altitude where we later enter the ILS. And when we are talking about the ILS, so here you can see this here on the CDU, 108.55 and curse 046, 108.55. We will enter here. Nav 1 and Nav 2. 108.55. Yes. And the curse 046. You can only edit the left curse with the honeycomb. Maybe you can do them both at the same time. You can make a configuration, I think. So, curse is set. Coming down for 6,000 feet, and we will need brake pressure on this airport. Yep, making brakes on 2. Yeah, as long as we can do this, let's have a short look to the Navigraph pages and the airport page. What we will do when we come here in at the 05 runway down here, we will brake, and then here will be a stand where we will taxi to. Yeah, and when we have the airplane in position, then we will have a look here to the museum, and then we are already at the end of this stream. So, heading 239. Here, and again, it's cloudy today. Ah, yeah, some broken clouds. Especially if you look just to the front, then it is hard to see. Yeah, but we're coming down slowly, and I think then the visibility will become better. Oh, going deeper again. Yep. And switching to the local QNH. There you can see it here already on the display here at the airport. And we are making here a little turn parallel to the runway, and then back here we're flying a curve here, and then coming back down to the runway. Yeah, now we have the full way on the display here. Yeah, and with much fewer problems now than the last time. Everything went wrong what was possible on last year on the flight to Lelystad. This year everything works good until now. Let's hope that this will stay. Up here we are we're reaching the deceleration area, and then we can start by bringing out the flaps. Oh, 3,000 feet.
$2,500.
2,500. Okay. So I will not switch over to the camera with the flight controls because you don't have the simulator sounds then, and I think you want to have them more than viewing me using the yoke. So heading 233. Yeah, it is ready and deploying the flaps, I think, now. Flaps 1. Preparing for the landing. Taxi lights on. Switches to continuous. And all the lights on here. Flaps 2. So we're making now the right turn here. And when we have finished the right turn, I'm switching in the VOR localizer, and when we have catched this, we're switching to the approach mode. Flaps 5. So many windmills here in the Netherlands. So the turn is ready, going to VOR localizer. And heading is 317. Dialing in. There we are catching the localizer. Yep, flaps 10. When we have what has Stefan said? 2,500 feet is a good height for lowering the gear. And when did I lower it? 1,700. So approach. Second autopilot on. Flaps 20. Runways inside. And so deploy full flaps. There we have the runway here inside. There it is. And again, like we've done in Frankfurt. Let's stabilize this. And then now switching over to manual mode. There we have it. And 63. And autopilot off. Auto throttle off. I have control. So now concentrating on the landing here. A little bit right and a little bit too low. But still looking good here.
500.
And the ILS is way better with this scenery than the default one.
300.
Definitely. So aiming for the touchdown zone there. And idle.
100. Approaching minimums.
Continue.
30. 20. 10.
Reverses. $80 knots. Reverses off. Yeah. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Big flips. So we have to continue taxiing. And then here to the left. Like here to the left. Oh. A little bit slower. It's a really sharp corner here. Okay, make a stop here. Then in front of us there is a building where we want to go. So cleaning up the airplane. Starting the APU. Switches to off, off. Taxi lights are on, landing lights off. And yeah, APU is starting. And the transponder to standby. So and now tell GSX where we want to stop. Parking. What's this? We want to park here. Let's have a look at Navigraph. So, and A2, yeah. Do we have this here? I haven't seen this in the GSX. Gate. Is this L? L. A. No, here's A. Is there not a GSX position for this here? Dock, C. Ah, come on. We're doing this on our own now. So back here to the thing. So Fernando, what are you doing? Building a complete real flight simulator can only be accomplished by a very special talented individual like yourself. We who follow your channel are way struck by your work. Ah! Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. When I started this channel, I was there with a question, how can this be done? And I searched on YouTube for this answer and I didn't find this. And this was the reason why I started this channel. give you all the knowledge to build that what you want by yourself at home. Yeah, and maybe this will be an even bigger fun, yeah, when we can make such live streams in the real flight simulator one day. Oh, come on, here's our gate. Here is the gate where I want to taxi to. Slow, slow, slow. Come on. There we are. Parking brake set. APU bleed on. Using the power from the APU and shutting down the engines. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lelystad. We finally made it. Yeah. Okay, a successful flight. The second successful flight at this evening, and yeah, and I think the last flight for today. And now I have promised we will make a small view over to what you can expect on the flight simulation weekend. Yeah, this is the scenery, by the way, no, I have talked about, which you can download from Flight Sim TO for free. And I just can say it is fantastic, absolutely well done. So let's go over here. This here we have a general aviation area here, and here we have the parking of the museum. You come from the road there, the main road. You turn in here at the gas station here, and then you have here the main parking area if you come by car, no? For example. Otherwise, I think up here is a bus station. And here, Lelystad is then here on the left side here, and there is Lelystad. You will find hotels and so on where you can stay. And then you will insert here over the main entrance, and there you can see these planes are there for real. They are standing out there in front of the museum. The, how is it called in Dansk? No, Dansk. I say in Netherlandish. How is this called? Yeah, Luftfahrt Museum, Aviodrome. And in there are the exhibition halls. And out there you have the area with many other planes that you can visit. Also an area here for children's, so on. And back here you will have other buildings where I think the military equipment will be shown. Yeah, and here the main visitor magnet, a real Boeing 747 on the outside area here. And you can, well, as I have said, you can go outside here, go underneath this Boeing, have a look to it from the underside, and via a passenger bridge you can go into the Boeing and visit the inside of it. the walls are opened and you can look behind the walls of this Boeing and have a better understanding on how such a airplane is controlled. Yeah, I can view an overview here. Zup. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I can only say thank you for all for viewing, watching this live stream here on YouTube. A big thanks for all. We're live there again from the far. Thanks to Steffen for showing us this Frankfurt scenery. A really, really big project where we will hear a lot of in the future, I think. Yeah. And for all of you who want to meet me in person, then I can recommend you come to the Flight Sim weekend. Yeah, and if you want to build your own cockpit, a 737 cockpit at home, I can always say subscribe to my channel to stay informed any upcoming new video from me. A good night to you all, and goodbye until the next video. I will see you soon back on the flight deck.